Hello, everybody. If you were on Rachel Elizabeth's live, you just saw me. I'm back. But I am back with an amazing friend, colleague, someone who inspires me, someone who has a heart of gold. And I'm so excited. I will introduce her in a moment. But I wanted to say hello to everybody. And hello, Michelle. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. There's other of you on here, and I don't know why I can't see your comments. What happened? Are we all good? Did I do something? Did I hit a button that I wasn't supposed to hit? And I'm like, now what happened? Well, welcome everybody. Thanks for being here. Hello, Maria and Desiree. Oh, Desiree, hello. How are you? Condi, hello. Thank you for being here. Denise, hello. Delora and Susan, hello. Thank you for being here, everybody. Denise, don't touch the button. I know. Every single gosh darn time, the Greek sausage fingers touch up. Let me just share with this, and I haven't shared this with Michelle Buckley knows because she happened to send a message, but Rhiannon doesn't know the story. So yesterday was we went to celebrate John's eldest son's birthday, and Greek sausage fingers. You see how my finger's swollen? So I couldn't get my wedding ring on. So I put it in my pocket. Okay. Put it in my pocket. We went to Red Robin. That's what his son wanted to go. And then John got the wrong dog biscuits for Harry and Willow. So we went to PetSmart. I said, I'll run in. I'll just grab the ones, switch them out and whatever. I run back in and we're driving home, and I went to see if my ring would fit in my finger. No ring.
Oh no.
No wedding band in my pocket. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, where's the wedding band? And then John turns on the radio to try and calm me, and the song Marry You comes on. I'm like, okay, thanks, universe. Well, it happened to be at PetSmart. Somebody turned it in. It was on the floor.
Oh, good.
Then when I got back in the car, because Rhiannon was at my wedding, when I got back in my car, the song that came on was our song that we first danced to. And of course, I'm drawing a blank right now. But it's, oh my God. You Are the Reason by Colum Scott. And, well, it's by Colum Scott, but he did a duet with Leona Lewis. So it was really good. Anyway, I'm stalling because everybody got on here. Hello, Michelle. Get out the dowsing rods. Hello. The chicken dance. Flora. Pamela, so glad a human and spirit intervened. Me too. So if you don't know, Rhiannon Archuleta and I met back in 2019. We were at the Edgar Casey Foundation, where John Holland and the late Janet No Havoc were doing a psychic mediumship program, and we were there for a week. I'm telling you, it was a long week. I don't know about you, but I was exhausted. By the third day of doing mediumship for 8 hours in one day, I'm like, it was 8:30. I was in bed. I was in bed at 8:30. It was a long time. So we did this. We stayed friends, and she's been on my live several times. And every time you're on, people just adore you. You have this connection to animals that is unlike anybody that I know. And you just feel their energy, you get their information. But not only are you a great animal communicator, you are also a great psychic medium, and you also do Reiki, and you do a bunch of stuff. You really do.
Yeah, I do. I've done a lot of different studies, and I like, just learning about everything, but definitely, animal communication is my favorite and near and dear to my heart, and probably my best skill as far as it all goes.
I just think you're amazing at it. So tonight we're talking about hi Cindy, thank you for being here. All three dogs are not happy. One is biting. What? What's going on, Cindy? All three dogs are not happy, and one is biting. What are your dogs' names, Cindy? Hi, Joy. Rachel, long time no see. Gabriella, good to see you, my friend. Hey, Stacy. Annie and I are watching. Awesome. Uh, hello, Leticia, and hello, Beth. Good evening. So, when we talk about expanding our intuitive communication, how you talk to people is exactly the same energy, would you say, is when talking to animals?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, the way I kind of look at it is everything is made up of energy, right? Everything on our planet comes from the same amount or, same type of elements. So, really, you're connected with everything. And it's really just a matter of kind of reading that energy. That's really what I do when I read animals is I read the energy around them themselves, and then the same thing with humans. Each person has their energy signature. I'm
Sure.
different than you, but you can recognize me by my energy, right?
Right.
So I could probably walk into a room and you may not even see me, but you would be able to know that I was there. Um, so really that's it. It's just reading the energy and connecting in that way.
I know even, on a physical level, like when the dogs are at doggy daycare and I walk in from doing errands, the house feels different. The house
Mhm.
feels so different to me when there are no dogs or no animals in here. And I don't think my husband's watching, but when he's like, well, after Willow and Harry move on, he said it kind of would be nice to have. I don't rest. I'm like, I don't think I could do it without an animal. I couldn't. And
No.
so sorry, honey, I love you, but no.
No.
Um, sorry, honey, I love you, but give me the countryside. Woo. Okay. So sorry. Um, so for example, hi Emmy, good to see you. Cindy wants to know what can I do to help him. So she has, we're not really doing readings tonight, but we can give advice on how to speak to your animal, how to pick up their vibe. So Ziva, Digger, and Gizmo are your three dogs. Which one's biting? Which one's biting? Hello, Emmy. Good to see you. Um, Joy says, I love to work with animals. I like animals much more than people. And you know what? Animals are
Mhm.
always about unconditional love. I think that's why it's so easy to feel them, right? It's just they're just this loving thing. Um, Hi, Cindy. So Gizmo is the one that is giving you problems. So how would she communicate to find out why Gizmo is biting?
Sure. So, a good way would be, first of all, just kind of start with yourself and take your own baseline. So, how am I feeling right now? Am I agitated? Does my foot hurt? What's going on? So, you know that that is yours when you carry into communicating with your animal. So, if my foot hurts and then I'm talking to an animal, I know that's my foot and not their foot, correct?
Mhm.
Or understand. So, I would say with Gizmo, tune into him, but look for the information in your own body. I think a lot of people mistake, like, oh, the animals come up to me and they say, hi, I feel like this. They don't. It's really my interpretation through my own senses. So I would tune in and say, what is bothering me when I'm communicating with Gizmo? So maybe I'm feeling really irritated in a certain area, and that's why he's lashing out and biting other people.
Mm,
Does that make sense?
yeah. And there's, sorry, I might have, Cindy D, there's a couple Cindy's. So Cindy D, what can I do to help? I just want to make sure. I just moved and my service dog is scared of everything. That is that is Cindy. Gizmo is scared of everything, but there's another dog, so hang on, let me get to that one. I got a little confused, so sorry to uh Digger. His tail is down, and his tail down, growling is what you meant to say. So when an animal is frustrated, their body
Mhm.
movements, there are certain body things that you look for as well, isn't there?
Sure. So, when I do like animal communication when I'm not around the animal. Obviously, all I have is just the telepathic communication.
Right.
But when you're in person with the animal, especially your own animals, I would take their body language, like everything kind of comes in at once. And I'll give an example from work the other day. I work part time at a animal rescue wildlife sanctuary, and I for some reason am always the one that finds the sick animals. And I think I'm kind of in tune to them, but also because I just am observant. So the other day I noticed that the the llama was down by the fence, and I just knew from looking at him, his body language, and then also kind of just a knowing that there was something over there for me to look at. And one of the ducks had gotten over the fence and was trapped on the other side of the fence.
Mm,
So it's really just being in tune with what they're telling you,
sure.
with their bodies, with their energy, and then also telepathically communicating
And I
when you're
find
in person with them.
right, and I find this
Yes.
fascinating that you can do it remotely or in person.
Mhm.
So, for example, yes, that makes a lot of sense. Great, awesome. Phyllis says we love our three dogs. One is chewing up things when we leave. We think she's mad when we leave her. Would that be the case?
It can be. I mean, that sounds like separation anxiety, and it's kind of like they don't know what to do without you. There's a lot of things you can do to minimize that, like training for separation anxiety, leaving them with something to entertain them. Is a good way. When we leave our dogs, they all get a bone that's filled with peanut butter. It's frozen, so it takes them a while to eat it, and then by the time they're done eating it, they're usually off onto something else, sleeping mainly.
Hopefully,
Um,
right? Hopefully.
yeah, yeah. But it's usually frustration, or they miss you and they don't really know what to do with themselves when you're not around.
Cindy says, yes, I was scared. That is what's going on. Just need to have you tell me. Tension is very high in this home right now. So, what I'm going to tell you as well is, Cindy, can you create, you're in charge of the environment, right? Can you create clearing the space? Can you take a singing bowl and maybe ding it um in each corner? So again, this is all about communicating. The dogs, the animals are picking up your attention as well. Is that correct, Rhiannon? They would pick up.
Yeah, certainly. We communicate back and forth. So I have a dog who he's not a real in your lap kind of dog. And if you are in any kind of mood, he gets up and he leaves. He doesn't want anything to do with you. So, they definitely we communicate with them. Not just verbally, but with our energy that we carry, and then also with our thoughts, because animal communication is like thought based. I get the thought or the feeling in my body. So we're also projecting that out to our animals, to our people. I mean, have you ever been around somebody that's just like throwing gross energy at everybody? So that's what they're doing. So they do that. We can take that in, and being an empath, obviously you have to learn to not take that in. But it's really a communication in everything that we do with our own energy and other energies.
And remember, everybody, communication, especially intuitive communication, is everything that we're talking about: body language, thoughts, feelings. It's all this kind of stuff. So when I know that when Harry and Willow are about to go to um, SCHOOL, when they're about to go there and they have to spend the night, what I've learned from Rhiannon is tell them that the sun is coming up tomorrow. Like I'm sending the thought of the sun coming up, and then I'm sending the thought of the moon coming up. And then like the next day when you have the second sun is the day that we're coming to get you, because you're only having a one nighter. You're not like, spending a whole week. But when I do have like 4 or 5 days, I'm like, then the sun comes up again. Then the sun comes up again. And then there's another sun that comes up again. So that's 5 suns, and then I'll see you. So I don't know if it helps or not, but it's funny. Willow will, if we send a blanket with Willow to spend the night or nights, the blanket always comes back shredded.
That doesn't surprise me.
Joy wants to know, how do you help a grieving dog?
I would say giving them as much love as possible. Um, making, special time for them to get them out of that grieving, like, going for a walk, letting them sniff, doing those sort of things. Just like for us when we're grieving, it really helps to step outside and get some sun on your face or go for a walk. So doing that for your animals, and then you can tell them, yes, maybe this person or this other animal that you loved is gone, but I'm still here for you. And they're really not gone, gone. Our animals and our beloved family members aren't really gone. They're just not on the same plane as us anymore. So I would just do special things for that dog. Give them treats, hug them if they like hugs. Not all dogs like hugs, but if they do.
Now, Michelle, because I know Michelle. Michelle has a beautiful, huge Great Dane, Freya, and she said there's so much negativity about kenneling, but kenneling works for us. My dog is kenneled at night. What are your thoughts on kennel? She said kindling. Well, you use great fire and stick, and it works
To
great.
start a fire. um, Actually, a lot of dogs, especially what she's talking about as far as like crating in your home, and that's where they sleep, they like it. That's their safe space. That's their little den. They're happy to go in there. And it's funny because I groom dogs also. And when I'm done grooming them and I open the kennel door, they're usually really happy to go in and lay down. And a lot of people be like, "Oh, my dog's not kennel trained. They don't want to be in a kennel." And it's like, but I'm giving them the option. You can go in here and lay down, or you can stand out here with me. They almost always choose to go in and lay down because it's a safe space.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think there's any problem with kenneling them. I mean, if your dog absolutely hates it, certainly don't do that to them. But I don't really know many dogs that have a problem with it.
One of the reasons why Harry's name is Harry, because when I fostered him, his name was Worker. What a dumb name.
That's a weird name.
Dumb name. I'm like, why don't you just call him Hooker, for God's sake? But so I came home one day, I put him in the kennel because they were very at the place in Chicago, they were very specific. They're like, you have to kennel them, blah blah. It's part of their training when you're fostering. I'm like, okay. So I put him in there, had all his toys, had the blanket, he was all good. I come home and I can't open up the door correctly. I'm like, what's going on? And I hear barking. I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. I open up. Harry is right in front of the door, and half of the carpet at the front area, and it's a rental apartment, by the way. Half the carpet, front area, and the padding was all pulled up.
Oh no.
He got out of the kennel. I don't know how. It was still locked. When I'm like, look, you're like Harry Houdini. And just crazy. So I think like Harry has separation anxiety.
Yeah.
And I think with COVID, a lot of the animals now have them. Hi, Tatiana. Hello, Lisa. Oh my God, as I live and breathe. Stephanie, how are you, my friend? Stephanie and Leticia both came with me to Ecuador, and Stephanie is mentoring with our lovely Rhiannon, and we have a little announcement to share a little later, so please stay tuned. I think the rescues completely love being in my home. Will they sense Xander's spirit? I think they do.
I think that they do. Yeah, I think they do. I think, I think when we need our animals once they've passed, they're around us more. But as time goes on, I think they come and go, but they're just a thought away. So I think, yeah, he'll probably come around, and then the other animals will sense him.
Yeah. Kim says, my dog started going under the bed during live, so now I use earbuds. Okay. Let's see. Oh, he doesn't go under the bed anymore. Got it. Let's see. She's doing great. Cindy, how can I help my service dog with him being so scared after I move the because you move the what? Bum bum bum. Stay tuned.
Commercial break. Yeah.
Okay. What happened? Andrea Turner. Oh, what happened? What happened with what, Andrew? See, with StreamYard, sometimes I miss.
Mm,
Oh, here it is. After the last dog I had, I will always crate now. Okay.
mm.
Elle, good to see you. Poor Elle lost her beloved cat. Was gone for 3 days, and then she got an intuitive hit that the cat was no longer on this plane anymore. So prayers to you, honey. Prayers to you.
Sorry, yeah.
Let's see, where are we? Um, oh, after I moved to a different town, and he's so scared now.
You know, I think a lot of times, well, obviously the change has probably been a lot on him. Maybe there's different energies in the place that you're at that are he's a little uncomfortable with. I've even had animals tell me like they have neighbors that kind of set off bad vibes, you know. So just because they're not a great person or whatever. So I would just kind of clear your space the best you can, offer reassurances to your dog, do everything you can to make him feel safe, and hopefully in time the newness will kind of wear off, and then claiming that space, claiming the energy, you know, your energy in that space and his, and really making it your own will make it feel more safe. And I would say also, I feel like a little bit that might be her not feeling as safe too. So if you feel safe or do what you need to feel safe there, will help also have him feel safe there.
Julie says, Rhiannon, are you still using this Facebook or a different one?
I still have my Bear Messenger on Facebook. I am so horrible at social media. I just don't. I'm sure the last page I was on there was a long time ago. I just don't ever do it. Sorry, it's not my skill set.
This is a great question, Sandy. I've always wondered that. Does an animal sense that their person, we like to say their guardian, it's just a beautiful way of saying it. Does does an animal sense when their guardian is going to die, when their person's going to die?
I think so, especially if it's a sickness, because you know their sense of smell and stuff is so much better than ours that they would actually probably smell that sickness. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a sudden sort of thing. I think you know animals are just like we are. Some are more intuitive than others. I've met some
Right.
animals that's like, "Hello, anybody home in there? Hello." uh, you know, so I would say you know depending how in tune they are. I think that they're a little bit more connected to the other side than we are, and also just like the source and the spirit that we all are. I think they're more attuned to that. So yeah, I would say so. But there are some dogs that are dumb as rocks. Sorry, I mean, love them, kisses.
Love them. They're just there to be pretty. I'm just there. Um, it's funny. Phyllis says, "Do you know when you are joking with them?" Here's the thing that I do with Harry.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll stop and I'll look at Harry and he'll look at me and then I'll go like this really slowly and then he starts to go "Roo, roo, roo, roo." And then I'll go like this and he's like "Rah, rah, rah, rah." And I'm like and then he'll crouch down and he's like "Roo, roo, roo." And I'm like I'm gonna get you and then he looks at me and I'll just do because I've done it since he was a puppy and I'll put my hands up like this and I go monster and then I'll go running around the table. It's the cutest thing. Or sometimes
Yeah.
I'll look at him and I'll slowly walk around because I have a wall right here and then I'll walk around this whole area. We'll just play chase you and he just it's so much I'm out of breath but it's so much fun to do and I totally think they know when we're doing that.
Hmm.
um
Definitely.
Stephanie says my dog laughs at me sometimes. It's so cute. I love that. I think that's great.
Hmm.
So what you're doing moving forward, everyone, is Rhiannon's going to be doing like she's doing with Stephanie. She's going to be doing one-on-one mentoring training in animal communication. You want to tell people a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, Stephanie was my guinea pig to see how it would go and exactly how to do it, and it's gone pretty well. I hope she's enjoying it. But I really find that I work better with people one-on-one, and it helps to thank you, Stephanie. It really helps me to work with them and find where they're at and then build from what their skills are, their understanding is. And it can also be very flexible as far as if you want to do it. Like Stephanie and I usually do once a week, but you could do once every 2 weeks. You could even do once a month. I'm making it as affordable as possible just because I understand, it can be difficult to do some of these things. Some of these classes I've taken for animal communications are thousands and thousands of dollars. And sometimes I go out of them leaving like, well, I didn't really even get any one-on-one help. I was just one person of 500, and I really didn't feel like I got what I needed out of it. So I think it's a good way for people to learn not necessarily just animal communication, but kind of a deeper understanding of how the intuitive universe works, or at least my perspective of how it works. So if anybody's interested, you can contact me and we can talk about how it works, schedule, price, that sort of thing.
It was so funny. I have to tell you that so Ginger Perrick, Rhiannon, myself, and Susan, obviously we're all at my wedding, right? And people were like, oh my God, there's Rhiannon. Oh my God, there's Ginger. Oh my God, there's Fuller. They're like, hi, Elias. So it was just so, you were like a celebrity. You were a celebrity at my wedding. It was so sweet to see. I wish I could have spent more time with you guys, but
you were so busy.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Lisa would like to learn more from you. Gabriella would like to learn. Hey, Therese, good to see you. Phyllis says, I tell my one dog that I don't even like her when she gets in my face and she just licks me more. It makes me laugh. That's funny. That is very, very funny. Rachel Elizabeth, I have a cat, Berry, that I have to help her transition. Oh, she's 20. Wow, God bless, 22 years old. He's very connected to my younger cat that has a lot of anxiety. Is there a way I can help him when she's gone?
I would say keep around things that smell like her blankets, her toys, at least for a while, to keep that around for him to keep smelling her. I would just really, honestly, if it was my pet, I would talk to them. I would say, I know you miss her. Special pets, have them come sit in your lap. Understand that there is going to be a grieving process, but just being there with as much love and support as you can. And then kind of like, I know it's a little different than the dog because it's like, I mean, you can take a cat walking. I don't,
Good.
I mean, most people, you don't, but do things like extra play or things that he enjoys just to bring out that side a little bit more. And then the more happiness you bring, the more they can get over that.
Here's a question that I get asked a lot is, I have one client that she recently put her, the dog passed. So they did what they had to do. And she said, do you think it'd be wrong for me to get a dog right away? I said, what do you feel? What do you feel? If you need time to grieve and you need time to do it. But I always feel that our animals that are no longer with us want us to, just like our loved ones, they want us to be happy. They're never going to be replaced, but they want us to just have that unconditional love again. And they will, I think, like you've said, they will send us one when the time is right.
I think our pets usually send us the next pet, or they have a hand in it, and with all the animals out there that need help, that's my thing. I usually get another pet just because it's like I can go help somebody else, so.
Stephanie says, I've learned so much. I love that.
Oh, good.
Andrea, I'm dreading that day. My heart goes out to you. I know I dread that day too.
It's so hard.
So for both of them. And, those of you that know, you guys can see, let me go the wrong way. There, whoops, over here. Gretchen, I got after my mom passed away, and Comet, I got after my dad passed away. Gretchen died the first week of November of 2014. Comet died the following year, the first week of November 2015. And then right before Thanksgiving, I fostered Harry because I was not going to be alone with for the holidays because I was single at that time. And well, we all know where that went. So foster failure, but worker Harry. And okay, Michelle says this. Um, Emmy says, "Ah, I miss Rhiannon at the wedding." It's okay. You know what we're gonna do, guys? Those of you that the wedding, we're gonna have a 3-year reunion.
Oh boy, that'd be fun. I'd love to come.
It would be fun. It would be fun. Tell us a funny story about a pet you worked with.
Let's see. Funny as far as like animal communication. Let me think. Um, it's funny because a lot of times I do the sessions and then I don't remember them. So it's like I have no idea what I said. Um, oh gosh, putting me on the spot here. I can't think of anything.
You
Uh,
told you told one about a bird, I remember, and one about a rabbit.
I don't remember that.
That's okay.
Are you sure it was me?
No,
Um,
it's really fair.
well, this kind of is a little different than telepathic animal communication. This is kind of goes along more of the horror story one, and I'll try to think of a funny one. Like I said, I work at that animal rescue every week, and I'm always the person that finds the sick or hurt animals. And this last week, I went in with these two geese, and they're laying eggs now, so they're mean. They hiss at you, and then there's this rooster in there that absolutely wants to kill me. So I go in there to do what I've got to do in there, clean up and give them water and food and stuff. And I just something in my head said to lift this like top of a kennel that was in there for them to go in and out of. And there was a duck in there, and I had no idea it was in there. And those geese were being so mean to that poor duck. He was not looking good. So I went and got the director of the place and said, we got to do something about this guy. But I really felt that it was, there was something that told me just move that, because I didn't know he had been moved into there. And I don't think any of my other coworkers did, because he was hiding and nobody could see him. So it was really one of those things that was like just paying attention to something is there. And I helped hopefully save him. I don't know. We took him into medical and he's going to be in there for a little bit, but hopefully saved him to be moved to somewhere else. So that's kind of a horror story. It's so funny because they do tell me the funniest things. They make me laugh all the time when I'm communicating with animals. They really are funny. They say some of the funniest stuff. I just can't think of a specific story right now.
That's okay. That's all right.
Okay.
Michelle said her cousin's cat flosses its teeth. My cousin will hold out a piece of floss, and her cat will move its head and teeth up and down the floss. That's hysterical.
That's funny. I actually brush all my animals' teeth. I'm very diligent about keeping them. And my cat, I brush her teeth, and she lets me. She likes it. It's weird, but
I do it to Harry and Willow as well. Not as much as I should. They get it maybe about once a week, but I think I should do it a little bit more.
At least once a week. Yeah.
Emmy says I was told that Popeye chose my next hamster, Phoenix, for me. I love that. I love that. Let's see. Can I crash the reunion? Just wondering. You're cute. You're very cute, of course. I have a couple of cats that chew on their nails. Really?
Yeah. My cat does. If they get long, I think they kind of bother them, and they'll chew on them to kind of wear them down.
My cat was a Siamese tabby mix, and his name was Moo, like a cow, Moo. And because he would eat anything like cucumbers, he loved stuff. So he used to, because I saw Dolores comment, he used to play fetch. Like I would throw something, he would go get it, and then he'd bring it back and drop it. So cute. So cute. Dolores, don't bring our geese into this. So if you want to, guys, if you want to do a mentoring type of one-on-one with Rhiannon, she is doing mentorship in animal communication. They connect with you via email or on your...
Yeah, the best way would be to email me. I prefer that over like Facebook Messenger, just because sometimes you never get it, or it's like 3 weeks down the line, like, oh, so and then I was having a little issue with my website of things coming through too. So email's the best. You can email me Spirit Bear Messenger at Gmail, and then just put mentorship or whatever, and then we can figure out what would work best for them, and also in my schedule. Unfortunately, I'm really busy, so there'll be certain days that I'll be able to do it, but I got like 3 or 4 jobs, so.
Yes, you do. You are a busy lady. Highly recommended, says Stephanie. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Stephanie.
Rachel says, any tips stopping an aggressive cat? He's really nice here and there. Every now and then he goes after our older cat. He's 12.
I would say I get the feeling that might be kind of more of like a predator prey kind of situation, that he sees the other cat as prey. And to me, it feels like it's not necessarily being mean. It's just kind of like I want to mess with him. So I would say that maybe to me it feels kind of situational, of like he's in a place where I could easily attack him. So maybe taking some of those places away, to make it not as easy, or to not be like I'm threatened because he's in my spot. Does that make sense? So I just feel like there's something about different positions in places that the other cat he's getting mad about.
No, makes a lot of sense. Let's see. Just want to go over. Thank you, Delora. There you go.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Karen says, can one be an animal communicator if they've never had a pet?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think it's something that we all have. I think that it may be a little more difficult. I think part of the reason it comes so easily for me is because I have worked with animals so much physically over many many years, so I've known thousands of animals, so I think it's a little easier for me. But I think that you can, certainly. It's the same skill that a medium uses or a psychic uses. It's just kind of doing it in a different way. You may not, some people, it's just your strength, right? My strength is animals. Some people are like medical mediums because their strength is really like medical stuff, and they're really good at that, and they really understand it. So they're really good at that. So, or a medium who you're really good at dead people, I guess.
I binge watch this all the time. Yeah. That's funny. So yes, guys, if you guys are interested, if you're interested, please email Rhiannon at spiritbearmessenger@gmail.com. Talk to her, put mentorship in the subject line. That way she'll know what's going on. Andrea says, are you like Snow White and the animals are just drawn to you? I think she is. I think she is. If you were to meet her in person, and I'm going to embarrass you just so you know. So if you were to meet Rhiannon in person, there's an energy about Rhiannon that is, first of all, she's just very calm person. If she's comfortable with you, you get into that zone with her. If she's like, nope, I've got my bubble around me, nobody gets in. She has to, there's a trust factor. And to be able to be in class with you, to be able to have being in that at the wedding with you, your energy is so light and loving. It really is. It's just it's very angelic in a way. And I think that's why the animals are so good with you. Really, to you are one of the coolest persons that I know. So
you.
I admire you, my friend. I really do. Let's see.
And I really see the animals as people. I call them people, because they're all their own individual selves. At the rescue I work at, I mean, we have mice, and they're little mice, they're still a living being, and so I see that in them, and I think they recognize that I see that in them.
I so needed you the other day when we went outside and the dogs, like I was pulled by little Miss Willow off the step and into the yard, and I screamed like a 5-year-old girl. I was like, what are you doing? There was this big lump in the middle of the backyard. It was a possum. And I was like,
Oh.
why isn't Rhiannon here? Tell me.
And then they play dead when they're scared, so they're
Oh,
just
and then
yeah.
Willow's sniffing it, and then
Oh,
she's foaming at the mouth.
oh,
I like
geez.
grabbed her and I grabbed a washcloth and like got the hot water in her mouth. I'm like, "Wah, wah, wah." And I'm like, get in here. And I hear her say, what did I do? What do I do? I'm like, just get in here. And I'm checking their mouth to make sure that there's no bites or scratches. And I go
Yeah,
back out to yell at the possum. And of course it wasn't there. I'm like, don't
yeah.
you dare come in here. So look at Emmy is new promo. Elias Patras, good with dead people. Nice, nice. Is this your next thing, Elias? When you're done with Tony, like, good with dead people. Uh, well, you guys know that I do psychic mediumship. It's not like no, it's no, it won't be my next thing. I see dead people. Um, yes. I love that protective or welcome energy trait. Yes, so true. So true. You love possums. I know you do. They can come to your house along with the stink bugs. You can have both of them. Trust me. I don't like them. I don't.
Oh,
Uh,
I love the possums. There's we do babies where I work, and it's baby season coming up. And the possum babies are wonderful. The raccoon babies are
well,
terrorists.
sure.
So
Really?
yes, they're
Really?
terrorists. But
Okay.
the possums are just so gentle, and they just they freeze. Oh, don't do anything. Whereas the raccoons are like throwing poop at you, and they're trying to eat you, and yeah.
Thank you. No. Thank you. No. What is the besides the obvious of a horse, is there any other large animal like have you ever worked with a wild like boar or a tiger or a lion or something?
Not I mean, at the rescue I work with, we have farm animals, so a lot of big farm animals. There's the pigs, and it really helps being a communicator because I can really say like, okay, here's the food, now leave me alone, and I'm going to clean this, and I'll get out of here. But as far as I don't know, I'm sure I've told you on lives before, but bears are my spirit animal, and they also come to me in real life when I like get a message. So
Mhm.
if something is happening in my life where I kind of really need to pay attention or a big change in my life, um, I will see bears, and I'm talking actual bears out in the wild or in my yard or at my window. So, not that I really communicate with them in that way, but it's always a message to me from the universe. So, they communicate with me, I guess.
I love that. I think it's awesome. Somebody asked a question if you had another spirit animal. Oh, here it is. Dolores says, "Does Rhiannon have an animal spirit other than bear?"
I like to work with a lot of them, but one of my guides is an owl, which is kind of funny. I just saw an owl last night. It flew right in front of us and then stopped on a tree and was just feet away, and it didn't move. And we had all three of our dogs going on a walk, and so I would say owls. Those would be my two big ones. But honestly, I feel like animals in nature that we encounter are give us messages. You know what I mean? When we see them, they give us messages. So not that they're specifically my spirit animal, but sometimes like, if I'm driving down the road and an eagle or something will swoop in front of me, it may not be a specific message. It's just a pay attention. You
Right.
know what I mean? Pay attention. Maybe slow down a little bit, or just be a little more cognizant of what's going on around. So I feel like those are spirit animals in that sense, but not necessarily like, oh, this animal's with me always, like bears. That's
Right.
my
Right.
yeah, guardian kind of. Yeah.
Anytime I see the Canadian geese that fly over, I'm like, I've got to call Andrew. I've got to call Jody.
Mm,
You know, uh,
mhm.
I'm kidding, guys. I'm totally kidding. But Heather says, I used to volunteer at zoos. I accidentally let a giant eland,
I'm not sure what that is.
what that is, named Gabriel out. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
geez.
Stephanie is now watching deer right now.
Mm.
Of course you are. Um, I just love Stephanie. It was so much fun with her. Oh my God, you would have gone crazy like I did. There were at least 500 stray dogs um,
Oh,
in Ecuador. It was crazy. So what does yours truly do? I go to the store, I buy a big bag of dog food, and I'm like, like the Pied Piper, I'm just like handing out like handfuls of, and some of them are, I'm like, listen, I know you might be starving, but don't think I didn't see that other lady give you a whole thing of bread just now. So
Yeah.
hold your horses,
Mm.
Misty and Mister. Um, the one was she was pregnant or she was nursing and she was skinny. So I was like, here, feed your babies, just feed your babies. And I was like, oh my God, I just needed to. World's largest species of antelope.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Oh, no.
Lisa says we have deer near where I live, and I always will stop and
Uh,
invite them. I'll say I love you, and then they run away.
that's so funny. I tell everything in nature I love it too. I tell trees that. I just walk by, I love you. Yeah, I tell everybody I love them. And I think that's a good energy to give to them,
I do
is
the
that
exact same
energy
thing.
of
I'm like,
love.
oh, I love
Mhm.
you, and then they. Well, thank you for that. Just like the other people in my life that I used to date, I love you, and you run away, run away. No, I'm just kidding. Um, you know what? You are just a treasure and a joy to have on here every single time that
Oh,
you are.
thank
You know
you.
that you're always welcome to come back. And again, guys, later down, I mean, Rhiannon's busy, I'm busy, but I really wanted to just talk about the way that we can increase communication, that you can talk to your animals, send them thoughts, send them feelings, do what you can. And honestly, truly, please contact Rhiannon if you're interested in her one-on-one, you
One
want
on one.
uh, mentorship. What's coming on later? Well, tomorrow is Thursday, and I have the mindset empowerment class. That's class number 4, I think. Um, I also have on Friday. It's a full moon. It's solar eclipse. It's also Mercury is still in retrograde. Pluto is in retrograde. So there's a lot coming up.
Mm.
Bring your pen and paper. Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Tomorrow I'll be on TikTok at 7:30 in the morning. Saturday, I know, hang on. Saturday we have soul chat, all the kind of metaphysical chit chat that you need and want and whatever. And then on, is it Sunday? Am I missing it? Hang on. On Sunday. Is it Sunday? Um yeah, I think it is. Please hold callers. Is it Sunday, guys? What's Sunday? Isn't Sunday something? I know Sunday's something. Sunday has to be something. I want to say it's the introduction to channeling class. And
Oh.
I think it is. Please hold callers. Yes, it is. It is introduction to channeling. Now, if you guys sign up for my email list, you'll get this lovely calendar, and it's super cool. It tells you everybody that's on there. Look who's going to be on. Sherry's
Sherry.
Sherry on in forever. So we've got everything that shows on here. This is all the profile people's pictures. They're all going to be on. We've got Laura Wooster coming on. We got Pandora Pappas coming on. Rhiannon we just had. Obviously, she's here now. Laura and Sherry. And then also, guys, would you like a whole weekend of this? It's crazy. It's crazy. But we have our Aspects of Love retreat info Zoom session on May 11th. It's free. Come join. Come join. Um, and then this is a cool one too, guys. Hang on. Bum, 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 bum. It's around Mother's Day. It wraps around Mother's Day. Um, Astrological events and their
Mm.
directions. I know, pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Astrological elements and their directions. We are going to talk about the astrological signs, the elements that they're in, and then also you will start to learn the the basis of making a meditation cloth,
Hmm.
like a mesa, like we do in the Peruvian cultures, but it's going to be super cool. So
Lots
come
of good
to
stuff.
lots of good stuff, lots and lots of good stuff. You hold that thought, Rhiannon, for a second. Everyone else, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Every Wednesday before I go live, you can go visit Rachel Elizabeth Design at 4 p.m. Pacific time. That's 7 o'clock Eastern. So she's on an hour before me. And then she and Delora come on over. It's like, what did Delora say? It's the something to the Jeopardy. It's the wheel of on the wheel of fortune to their Jeopardy, and Delora is Vanna White. So, all right, guys, and also if you want to, I'm so kidding, but this is for Rhiannon. If you want to, Delora is doing snow globe readings. They're phenomenal. You want to try?
Hmm.
I'm so kidding. She's not, but that's what we
Okay.
say on TikTok, and people believe it. All right, everybody, have a beautiful evening. Thank you for being here. As always, we are here to connect. And when you connect, you educate. And when you educate, we grow. From our hearts to yours, be well, everybody. Have a beautiful night, and we'll see you soon. Remember, email Rhiannon, one-on-one mentorship. And also, come on the retreat in
Do
June.
it.
Do it. All right,
Do it.
thanks.
Bye.